Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mega Man Legends 2. This is the final episode. I know, it's sad. In the last episode, we finally finished the game. And I almost game overed in the process. Now, speaking of game overing, I did promise that once I beat the game, I would show off what happened when you were caught by a leech. So, considering that I managed to beat the game without game overing, I think it's fair to show off the game over screen. I just need to figure out where the hell I'm gonna find a leech. Wow, 8 floors. Well, I guess it's not a lot when you consider that, you know, it's not a lot to consider when you realize that most of these floors are actually small. It's just that, how do I put this? They're just boss areas. Still. So let's go ahead and find ourselves a leech. I know there's one somewhere in the main area where those rainbow gates are. Nope. Nope. Damn it. So, I guess in the end, I never really needed to, fully upgrade the shining laser. I guess it's not all bad, because I did manage to beat the game even with what I had. I still can't believe that the game wanted me to spend 9 million or 13 million zenny to upgrade the shining laser though. Like, that's expensive. So, here are some things I'm going to be showing off in this episode. A leech Reaper bot squeezing the life out of me, for one, because why the hell not? The S-Class Guild, which I understand is supposed to be obscenely difficult. And I'm not sure if the S-Class Ruins and Sol Kata have any treasures. If they do, then great. If they don't, then, well, the money I find there can be used in upgrades. So, there's Leech Reaper Bot, there's the S-Class Guild and Ruins. They're showing off all the weapons. I've decided that since I've now beaten the game, since I beat the game, I'm gonna show off the, I'm gonna pretty much show everything off in this playthrough, and then once I'm finished with that, I'm gonna show off easy mode. Now, I should explain, although I'm still gonna show it off, in easy mode, shop prices are cheaper, Reaper bots drop more zenny, and you receive the, what's it called? Damn it, what is it called? I'm trying to figure out what it's called. What am I trying to remember again? Oh, what the Buster Pack is. I forget what the name of it is, but it's essentially a Buster Pack that maxes out all of your Buster Gun stats. Oh, he tried to slap me. Oh wait, no, hang on. Why go through all the trouble of going into Salcata when there are Leech Reaver bots waiting for me to step onto them up here? Yes, now you'll all see what happens when you walk in the middle of the path. Oh, gravity's normal. Also, if you were to stand right here, this would be a rather decent way to farm, albeit slowly. For some reason, in this one particular part of the wall, if a Zakoban, also known as a Heroku, I just want to call them Zakobans though. If a Zakoban approaches you here, for some reason it automatically goes into its spinning move attack and gets stuck and dies. If more than one attacks you at once though, well... And now I'm gonna show you a Leech Reaper bot killing me. Naturally, you have to, mash the buttons like mad to escape its grip. But for the sake of showing it off, I'm just not. Oh. Okay. So if you let it drain all of your life, it just instantly kills you. Cool beans. Okay, so... So first off, I'm gonna go to the silver bottom. Since I no longer need most of these Buster Gun parts, I can sell them. I honestly don't really care if it doesn't get me a lot. It's still better than no money at all. Hey, there we go. 450000. I think that's how much I needed in order to actually be able to upgrade something. Also, I want to go talk to Von Blucher. Also, Oh, that's right. All the keys are in Elysium now. Man, I should have come and looked in here what all the keys are in here. It's up to you, Mega Man. We're in your hands. Good luck! If I were a little younger, I'd be out there with you. Anyway, take your time. Don't rush into things and get over your head. Be careful. Alright. So... there is but one thing to do. Well, I don't mean like literally one thing, but there's one thing to do that I really don't want to, but I have no choice. Ugh, this is gonna suck. I'm going to become Dark Mega Man. Wait, no. I can't. If I'm Dark Mega Man, then... you know what? Just to be safe... actually, no, hang on. I forgot it's also here. Just to be safe, I'm gonna take the S-Class rank first thing. So let's see. There's the S-Class Guild Test, the S-Class Ruins, showing off all the weapons, becoming Dark Mega Man. Wow, it goes a long way down there, doesn't it? So, let me think. The S-Class Diggers Test, the S-Class Sub-Ruins. Okay, S-Class Digger Test, S-Class Diggers Test, S-Class Sub-Ruins. Showing off the weapons. Roll's Diary. You know what, I'll just go about these things one at a time. In all honesty, maybe if I take this test, it'll be easier for me to pay for... well, no. See, that's the thing. It's hard for me to decide whether or not I really want to upgrade the Shining Laser. Because it's on my mind, but I don't want to. Welcome to the main office of the Diggers Guild. The Guildmaster is waiting for you in his office. We can also offer the Digger's Test, which you need to get your Digger's License. Once you get your license, you can enter the Guild's Sub-Ruins. If you need any help, just ask. Let's do it! The test begins as soon as you open the door in front of you. Now, I'm gonna look up a guide on how to properly do this. Let's see, where's Class S? Class S is what experienced Mega Man veterans should be playing at their first time through the game. This difficulty takes quite a large step up, and the money yield increases considerably. There is a dungeon in the desert of Salcata that can only be explored by a Class S digger. There are numerous components inside for roll to build special weapons, and quite a few hordes of Zenny. The dungeon, however, is entirely submerged in water, and can be quite annoying at times. Yeah, bet you didn't know that. It's covered in, or it's submerged in water. The test begins as soon as you open the first yellow door. You have 5 minutes for the test. Alright, room 2. Fire a quick shot at the... Okay, hang on. Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna be going off of a guide. All right. I had to. Don't worry. Remember, you can take the test as many times as you want. It did say if both yellow river rods come at you at the same time, you're screwed. Damn it! This might take a few tries. Honestly, the only reason it's hard is because I have a weaker buster gun. What? You weren't supposed to charge at me! You stupid, stupid, stupid! You weren't supposed to charge at me. You weren't, at all. This is going to be very, very irritating. Nope. Okay, so I have a guide now. So I'm going to be slowly going along what the guide says, with what the guide says. So I'm going to be taking this nice and good. So basically, room 2. Basically what I want to do is... Let's see, okay. So Guru, mine. Okay. So, by firing a shot at the first Guru, it will not approach at the same time as the other one. Whoa. Okay. Leftmost shield weaver bot. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hang on, I'm gonna read up on this. Okay. Oh, he's currently being hit. Okay. So, I'm going to be honest. This episode is probably going to be longer than about 30 or 40 minutes. Not just because of this test, but, you know. So they won't approach until I shoot them. Good to know. Come on, die, thank you. Okay. So even if I fail this, I at least have an idea of what to do. So here's what I'm thinking. Some of the Reaver bots do not react until you start actually shooting at them. So the Gurubishu, I'm not certain if it'll start trying to fire at me if I don't fire or if I do fire. If I fail this test, that's perfectly okay. I can try it again to see what happens. But if it doesn't fire until I start firing at it, then I may not have to be as panicky when it comes to dealing with it. So let's see what I gotta do here. So I guess this test is generally going to be trial and error. But here's what I want to try. That failed horribly. So that's totally okay because I've learned something. I believe they start firing at me even if I don't fire at them. Oh, wait, no, I screwed that up. So I have to destroy that Gorobichu the slow way. I can't try and cheat it. Damn it! Okay, let me see what I gotta do. I guess I shouldn't really blame myself. The S-Class is the hardest one. Okay. Pick it up and throw it at the other yellow one. What the fu- It went over him! That was dumb. It went clean over him. No, it's okay. It's meant to be frustrating. You're gonna see me restarting this test a lot. But you know what? I'm leaving this in. I'm leaving all of this in. Because I want you to see how I slowly try to figure things out. Or quickly, depending on the situation. Nope. In case you're wondering why I keep restarting instead of trying to push through this, consider this. I have 5 minutes. You might think, oh, that should be a lot of time. But you forget, this is the S-Class. And in the S-Class test, Reaver bots are stronger, and my Buster Gun is weaker due to the equipment they gave me. So I can't kill them as quickly. Ugh. No, why did... Every second counts in this test. Oh. I can just hold triangle to skip through it all. Okay, so... Now I can select lock, I can press R2 to lock on to whatever enemy I want. It's probably going to be an inconvenience later on. Nope. Nope, shoot. Lock onto him! Get... Ugh. Do you see how hard this test is? No, stop! As I said, I'm leaving all of this in. Because I really want to emphasize how obscenely difficult this test is. Plus, you're probably thinking, why are you going to take this test if it's such a challenge? Well, I feel better having a stronger buster gun, and not a weak-ass one. No. I'm also leaving all of this in so that it doesn't look like I got the test done on like the 3rd try. Are you kidding me? Stop aiming at the... No, you... You know what? At this point, I'm just gonna cut to the parts that I actually got to last time in good time, and if I fail... Oh my god, finally. It took a lot of trial and effort, but I finally did it. I'm the youngest person to pass. So that's that then. Oh, God. Oh my god, that was so intense. I thought I wasn't gonna pull it off there in the end. I'm not gonna lie, that test was not easy. Oh wait, hang on. You basically had to plan out how you were going to take out certain parts in the test there. Now, what I found out or figured out was that essentially, in that first room, the Gorobishus would not react. Only one of them would react if you would. Only one of them would react if you were in front of them. So basically, I could generally take out the first Gorobishu, but as long as I wasn't in front of the other one or too close to it for it to react, I was fine. Now, I'm gonna take my drill arm with me just in case. Because I don't remember if this ruin has any sort of, you know, wall that I can break with a drill. I also want to, like... I want to explore this ruin first and, like, make weapons. Just in case being a bad person means Roll increases her prices by 20%. So I don't want to become a bad person just yet. Although, I know I have to. Well, technically I could become a bad person and then become Light Mega Man again if I had a lot of money to go around. Oh, right. I hadn't fought Sarah yet. That's right. But my god, that test was so intense. Oh, hey. I never came back here, did I? Thanks for saving the city. We won't have to worry about those pirates anymore. Mew mew. I liked it better. I liked it inside better. Thanks a lot. Not. Well, you're welcome, ass. Oh well, not everyone has to be happy. Now I'm assuming... Oh! Other riverbots are here now. Oh jeez. I should probably get going before I get my face slapped. Are they still chasing me? Holy crap, they are! Oh my god! Ah. Go! Those things are kind of menacing. Okay, hydrojets. Now, there's one problem I have with having an S rank. Or S-class license, I should say. And that is... Oh my god, that was weird. I like gulped and spoke at the same time. And that is the fact that... I don't know if I will be able to take out the Golden Mirror as quickly. Because when it has... When I have a Class S license... Basically what happens is... The enemy's health is doubled. Yeah, the enemy's health is essentially doubled. Ow! Stop shooting me! There we go. The enemy's health is essentially doubled from what it was when you had a Class B license. And I really do not know if it's gonna take, like... I don't know how many times I have to trip the Golden Mirror before it finally dies. I also don't know how much health it even has. But on the but even still, even if it does take a lot longer, 457953. Wow, it drops 1,000 zenny. Hot damn. Hang on, let me check my Buster Gun thing real quick. Oh, that's right, I sold everything. Because this is the best setup. You know, maybe I will try to farm for that the whole shining laser thing. Because look at all the money this thing drops. 464493. $467,993. They drop 1,000 zenny. Also, I don't know if the reason these water stations are so laggy is because of some kind of programming in the game, or if it's generally supposed to be like this, but it's kind of annoying. It's tolerable, don't get me wrong, I can accept it, but that doesn't mean it's not annoying. Wait. Okay, I'm just making sure I didn't... That is a straight up mimic. Yep, called it. You know, maybe... Maybe I will try to go for the 9 millions anything. Cause, here's the thing. When it comes to playing games, I don't expect bosses to just kneel down and just simply give me the win I want. I expect them to give me challenge. The thing that annoys me when it comes to things like having stronger Reaver bots is, well, it's usually because the method I'm so used to when dealing with certain Reaver bots or methods of farming or whatever I want to do in games changes depending on what I do in the game. And it annoys me either a little or a lot because I'll have to find a completely new route to go on in order to go on about doing the method I was doing originally. So let's say I had my Class B license before I got to Class A. Oh, hi. Let's say that. The Golden Mirok dropped 5,700 Zenny. I had a fully upgraded vacuum arm. Now, I didn't mind that it didn't drop a whole lot of Zenny, but I was pretty okay with the fact that it was pretty weak. But when I got to Class A, I noticed it was stronger and had more health, so I had to stop farming for a large portion of the game, constantly coming back to see if I could defeat it a lot faster. It annoyed me because, generally, because I was able to get a lot more power by getting items, stronger items later on in the game, the can of worms it opened was what combinations of a Buster Gun I should use on it. In fact, that's a problem I ran into a lot in this game. That's why I constantly kept pausing to switch around my Buster Gun parts, because I felt like I could do better, that I could be stronger, but for the life of me, I could not figure out how. Mechanic Note 6. But yeah, I couldn't figure out how, so it's why in some or most games, I wind up having to pause the game to look up something that I don't understand. Because it's changing a method that I'm used to, or it's changing gameplay in a way I didn't expect, or a way I wasn't ready for. So I try to see if there's a way I can properly adapt to it. Games like that, well, they're not bad games. Like, just because I don't like it doesn't make them a bad game. But everyone has different preferences on how a game works. Like, I'm fine if the game wants to get harder, but I just want it to be a reasonable difficulty. But in this instance, easy, normal, hard, and very hard are all completely optional game modes. Oh, that's a trap. They're all completely optional game modes. And I can understand that the game's going to make things difficult should you choose that game mode. I'm not saying that I expect everything to be easy no matter what game mode I'm playing. Like, if I choose very hard, okay, I can expect to die a lot because enemies will be a lot stronger. But maybe they'll drop more money. Trade-offs like that are fair, but sometimes I feel like there's some sort of method I'm not getting that could generally make my life easier, but I just don't know what it is. So, having to take that Class S test, I did that because I wanted to, not because I had to. Yes, I know Reaver bots are going to be stronger, but I don't know how I'm going to properly adapt if the Golden Mirok is a lot tougher and takes long to defeat. But I will accept it because, hey, it still drops more money at the end of the day, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna have to like it. As for the Dark Mega Man thing, that is also completely optional, and I'm generally a nice guy in games that allow you to be either a complete dick or a complete saint. I feel bad if what I need to do or what I want to do, emphasize, involves going the dark path. Like, if there's a way I can undo my actions, then great. But the only problem with that solution is... Ow. Hang on. Can you please stop? The only problem with solutions like that is... He just tried to shoot a bomb at me. The only problem with solutions like that is if it requires me to do something that I was hoping I wouldn't have to do, or something that looks difficult, which I get is the point, to redeem yourself from being bad, chances are I'm not going to be happy about it, because I was hoping that the game wouldn't go the levels that it goes. Like, if it's like, oh hey, in order to do this thing, you have to do this rather difficult task. Like, I would expect it to be difficult, but I would also expect it to be a little more reasonably difficult. So, basically, having to become Dark Mega Man to show off a certain weapon, I mean, I don't really like it, and I'm not completely on board doing it, but I'm not against it. But I'm not going to be happy doing it because, you know, I'm someone who doesn't like it when I have to essentially have people hate me in order to get a benefit from something. You probably have no idea what I'm ranting on about, but I do. What I'm trying to say is... Oh, can you become not invincible, please? What I'm trying to say is, there are things in games that sometimes irritate me, but I'm not entirely against them. I'm just not looking too forward to doing them. Because earlier, during the playthrough, I was considering whether or not I should get S rank in this playthrough, or just go to the Salcata Ruins on easy mode. But I realized that the game didn't have all that much challenge, either because of the way the game was made, or because I had a weapon with me that would easily cheese the fight I was in. So I realized, if I want a real challenge, I want to make sure that it's a good challenge. And I realized the only way to actually do that is to take the S-Class test. But I know it's worth it because more money is dropped, even if enemies are stronger. And believe you me, I've honestly was very afraid of trying to fight Sarah with the S-Class. I'm still debating whether or not I should as I speak, actually, because the higher class you are, the more difficult enemies and bosses alike are. Okay, there's a couple of other paths I did not go. Now, I don't remember if having a higher rank, I keep calling it a rank, a higher class, increases the boss's defense or attack, but I do know that they become more resilient and difficult to defeat. Refractor S. I was afraid. I'm always afraid in games. I'm not the kind of typical gamer that you would expect me to be. I'm the kind of person who, when they want to, even in the middle of a video, unprofessionally, they would look up game guides because they just want to understand something. Now, believe me, I have talked with Hotpitch Capture about adding a pause button into the software, so that I can just pause videos whenever I want to. And if they do that, then that would be very great, really fantastic. But until then, for some reason, I can never seem to bring it upon myself to cut out certain parts of videos. I do it in some videos, but not in every video. And the thing about me including every part of the S rank, the S rank test, well, it was more on the fact that I just wanted you to see that it wasn't something that could be done in like 2 tries unless you were really good at the game. Maybe even 1 try if you were really lucky. I included those clips. Honestly, I did delete some of them because I was getting annoyed and it was getting a little difficult. But I did include most of my attempts because I wanted to show and emphasize just how difficult the test really was, so that if you ever played the game, if you ever played Mega Man Legends 2 and saw this video by chance, I would want to make sure I didn't leave you thinking, oh, that test is easy, I'm gonna ace this. And then, you know, people would automatically assume that they know best and that it's no problem. If I don't make games as realistic and, you know, as realistic as possible, showing off how difficult something can be, censor, then it just doesn't feel right with me. Now, it's going to be ironic if I say that whether or not you're watching this, I just wanted to get this off my chest. Because if no one watches this video, then they won't hear me say whether or not you're watching this. But I'm still gonna get it off my chest now. There are a lot of things in games that make me have different reactions, and I don't do them just to be careless or reckless or whatever one might think. I do them because that's just how I am. I would never try to do certain things just to annoy people on purpose or anything of the like. I don't know if it has anything to do with my autism. I don't know if it has anything to do with how my style is in games. I don't know what it has to do with. But what I do know is that there are no signs of it stopping. It's why I feel guilty, though, whenever I pause the game to look up a guide, because I know you guys want me to just carry on with the game. And I feel guilty, because, like, if you're watching this, I wouldn't be able to hear your frustration. Although you could generally skip ahead to a time in the video. It doesn't change the fact that how I record a video could or could not be irritating to some people. And I've also been wanting to add, like, little edits into videos, like, you know, like music and effects and other things that that Mov AVI video editor allows me to add. I did it once before when I played My Little Pony, that cursed gem game with Nightmarity. It's just that sometimes my mindset generally has these different thoughts. And all these different thoughts... Nice. All these different thoughts lead me to do different things. And apparently my mindset is not usually a fan of me trying to add edits into videos unless I need to or have to. Well, I guess those are generally both the same term, need to and have to, but you know what I mean. And it's kind of hard for me because, well, I've always wanted to like add certain edits into videos to make them better, but I could never really figure out how. It's always been a real challenge for me because, well, I'm not an expert video editor like all those other YouTubers like Markiplier and Minilad and all those other people have. I guess this place has been explored completely then. But I'm gonna double check it one more time just in case. But yeah, I'm not exactly an expert at editing videos. And that's not a bad thing. It's nothing to be ashamed of. But to me, it is something to acknowledge. Because when it comes to editing videos, edits make videos more fun and more alive. And it's not only that problem I'm having, but it's that sometimes I feel like my commentary is general bland commentary. And I feel like it doesn't really make the video feel alive. But I guess that's what happens when you live in your house with your parents and you're unable to scream or show your emotions for something without your parents like calling you on the phone and telling you to stop or something like that. And I'm not saying they're bad people for doing so. In fact, I can understand because it is their house and generally their rules. But, you know, I don't know, it just, there's a lot of things I feel like I can never change. And maybe I never will. That's always a possibility. But I guess I shouldn't feel too bad because of it. I mean, everyone's different. No two people are the same. Except if you have a doppelganger. But, you know. Like, no two people are the same, so everyone's unique in their own way. Even if people seem to think that it's perfectly okay to judge, berate, and criticize you for being how you are, you shouldn't change how you are just because someone told you to. Because you might think that'll make them happy, but it will never make you happy. And the only person who really needs to be happy in scenarios like that is you. So, hearing myself talk like this, I guess I shouldn't really be too hard or ashamed of myself about how I do videos. Because I do them in my own charm that I'm most comfortable with. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I would never change the style of videos if you guys asked. The thing is, if you did ask, it would have to be something I'm comfortable with. In fact, I've had a lot of situations where some of my friends on Discord I've had to cut ties with. Although I won't say who to avoid, you know, harassment, but some of my friends I've had to cut ties with because they just don't really understand my mindset. They don't understand my feelings, how I work. And I understand, and I know that the world does not revolve around me. But that doesn't mean that sometimes they can't try to, what's the term I'm looking for? The term I'm looking for is like a word that not a word, but something that basically means that someone caters. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not saying people have to cater to what I want just so I'm comfortable. The most I really want them to do is just accept that if there's something I have to do or say, or if there's a certain way I feel, the best they can do is accept it instead of judging my thoughts about it. Because, well, like I said, no two people are the same. And you shouldn't be expected to think how people want you to think. If someone wants your opinion on something, and you like a picture or something, and you say you don't like it, well, honestly, they'll probably get a little attitude about it, but be understanding, and that's perfectly fine. I can accept that. Sure, it annoys me a little because they're getting an attitude about something I answered honestly, but I'm still fine with it because in the end, they acknowledge what I said. It's just that sometimes it feels like some of my friends didn't understand me. It felt like they didn't understand how I felt, my emotions, what I thought. Sometimes they were ignorant and either didn't realize just how much of an ass they were being, or didn't care. Either way, I wanted to try and get them to understand what they were doing, but that usually resulted in arguments. Now, I'm not saying every person in the world isn't going to care about your feelings. Some people really do and truly care. It's just that not everyone is a good person. But, you know, people will be bad, people will be good, others will be racist, judgmental. Hell, they'll even think things like rape and torture is okay, and even murder. And I say this because, as I said, not everyone in the world is good, but not everyone in the world is bad. Some of my friends I've known to be, well, it's ranged between really good friends to friends I don't talk to often, to friends I don't exactly like, to friends I despise. And as sad as it is, that's just how life goes. And, well, I've learned to move on. I mean, I even had emotional feelings for one of my friends, and every time we had an argument, I always wanted to come back to him, but I eventually realized that by coming back to him over and over and over, there was a cycle that just repeated over and over and over. We would reunite, we would be happy, eventually we would get into an argument, mostly because either, I will admit, it wasn't always his fault. Sometimes there were things that just didn't understand or didn't feel comfortable with. And at times, maybe I lashed out a little. Or a lot. It all depends on what you think, but the cycle would be that we would reunite, we would be good and happy friends. Eventually we would get into an argument, whether it was my fault or his. And then, most of the time, we would usually rejoice after he finally explained something to me clearly. It's just that when it came to talking to him, I usually preferred getting clear answers, but sometimes he questioned things that I did or said. He was an asshole to me just a bit. Why did I select move again? But I don't really blame him if he did or didn't know that he was doing it, because he has a difficult life. And I'm not saying he's completely a bad friend, but I will be saying he's one I wouldn't really want to talk to all that much anymore because of everything that's happened. But the point I'm trying to make is, you know, it's just that, well, people don't seem to understand me. And I'm not saying they have to understand my mindset. But sometimes I just wish they would. I just wanted to get all of that off my chest. So if you're watching this video, thank you so much for listening. Whew, that felt good to get off my chest. Independent weapon that closes in on target while firing regularly. Well, let's go sell that refractor. I'm sure you're all sitting there at home, or at a restaurant or wherever you are thinking, what in God's name was that entire rant about? Well, whenever I have something on my mind, whether it's something weird, something normal, something I generally want to get off my chest, I've learned that it's best to say it and just get it out. People might judge you for it, people might accept it, they'll love it, hate it, understand it, not understand it, agree with it, disagree with it. But in the end, you've been heard, no matter what the response. So, I tend to let my feelings out because of that. Okay, let's sell item. Now, hang on. I want to see how much it costs to upgrade the Hunter Secret completely. Okay. 10,000 plus 15,000 plus 30,000.